Oof. Oof. Yikes, that is so bright. Wow. Well, everything is just sort of falling apart on me right at the moment. But I'm not surprised about that because it's been that kind of a day. So let me just see about getting this. Hold on, everybody. My phone stand just decided to pop. So let me see if I can get you back online with me here. There we are. It has been that kind of a day. Oh my goodness. It has been, from the moment I woke up today, it has been just this little day of chaos, including, look at that, on Meta right now, it says that I have just one person viewing, but yet I can see quite a few people that have made comments down there, so it's more than just one. Gotta love the chaos. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So welcome to 420-ish Tarot. And let me just tell you, well, I know some of you are just as busy as me out there. I realize that even the fact that we're gathering here right now is sort of a mini miracle, because it is literally the day after Winter Solstice and a few days before the Christmas holiday. And even though we're witches, we celebrate the night of solstice, and we celebrate Yuletide, and we celebrate some of the Christmas traditions. So like our family is gathering on Christmas Day for a meal, and we exchange presents, and we have a Christmas tree, and you know, it's quite remarkable. It's quite remarkable. But I didn't get nearly as many things accomplished as I wanted to accomplish before, Monday rolls around. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It will be what it is going to be. And, I've just got to trust that my higher self already knows the outcome. I've just got to trust that Spirit will guide me in the right direction. This evening we have a ritual going on here at the old church that Grim and I are leading together. And one of our friends who is a dancer is going to be bringing in the light. So that will be really evocative and cool. And hopefully, I haven't talked to her today, but I believe Shannon, as in Shannon Escher, who joins us here a lot, is coming to participate in our solstice event. So here, drinking some purple. It doesn't look purple from your end, but it's purple here. Some kind of purple juice. It's pretty tasty. I figured kind of counts. Kind of grapey. So hey, 'tis the season. That's the topic for today, because I feel like, we're just all kind of caught up in this whirlwind right now. And like Michelle says, it's Christmas already? I'm like a month behind and everything. Yeah, girl, it feels like it's just coming out of nowhere suddenly. It felt like I had so much time, and at the same time, it all just sort of went down to, we have just a few days left. So anyhow, I am going to probably cut this 420 short because I need to get ready for our event that starts at 6 p.m. here this evening. But I wanted to say hello to all of you. I wanted to say I hope that you had a splendid winter solstice observation, whatever you did last night. I hope that the longest night of the year was something that you held in reverence, that you observed somehow in your own way. Some people were sharing some lovely meals that they created last night. And, you know, even if it's just something as sort of, you know, mundane as creating yourself a decent meal for a night like the night of winter solstice, so be it. Not all rituals have to be these full, big, you know, blown out events that we light every candle in the house and, sometimes it's just the small things. Sometimes I like the small things and observing things in small ways a little better than I do, having a full-blown event with people. Sometimes it's just the smallest ways to observe it. You know, the night before winter solstice in the Norse tradition is considered Mother's Night. And we certainly have been discussing our mothers a lot recently. It feels like my mother and your mother and a few other mothers have been coming up frequently in conversation, and it makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, it's that time of the year where people, you know, we're creating memories together. We're purchasing or making presents for someone that we love. And in some cases, this might be the first Christmas that you're preparing to have without someone special that was there last year. Maybe this is the first year without that person in your life. Or you might be approaching the final Christmas that you're going to have with this person. Now, I use the word Christmas, you know, very broadly here. I should say, you know, basically like the Yuletide season or winter holiday, because for us, like literally it kind of starts right after Thanksgiving, and the whole month of December is kind of rolled right into this big celebratory month of light and dark, love, communication, finding that balance with, you know, even if it's a matter of just putting off for a few hours that argument that you always have with your brother, making sure that everybody enjoys themselves this holiday, because you never do know when it might be the last time that you gather with those people. You know, not to be too morose, but this time of year is very melancholy for a lot of folks, and sometimes it's very difficult in the spite of all the cheery, good feelings that are out and about everywhere, and the caroling and the happiness and the Santa smiles and the things that we do. Sometimes this time of year can bring a lot of sadness. I think, at least it used to be this way. I don't know if it still is, but I know that there are usually more suicides at this time of year than other times of year, because I feel that people do express feelings of loneliness more. If you have ever celebrated a holiday such as a winter holiday without a family member or without your family around you, when the rest of the world is carrying on, it can be very, very lonely indeed. Very lonely indeed. So think about that for a minute. These last few days before Christmas, and I know the Christians are always saying, put Christ back in Christmas, but really, there are so many deities that have through the millennia celebrated their birthday on December 25th. For me, the word Christ means anointed one. It doesn't necessarily mean, it's a day of celebration, of celebrating life renewed, in celebrating light renewed, in celebrating the fact that we're turning another leaf in this chapter, that it's this year is coming to a close. And whether you observe Mithras or Jesus, or, I believe Muhammad had a birthday around this time too. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Brandon, let me know. My memory isn't working like it used to anymore, so half the time I say stuff and cross my fingers going, I hope that's still right. I hope it's still right. Oh. The full moon occurs on the 26th of this month. Technically, Yuletide starts at that full moon, but we always observe Yuletide from like Winter Solstice on. And typically what Grim and I do is we observe not the 12 days of Christmas, but something similar to that. We kind of do our own thing in Covened Up. And this year we're just kind of keeping it low key. And I'm really glad about that. I'm really glad about that. As you can kind of feel, my energy is in its own, it's kind of just in its own, I'm just in my own space today. Thoughts going through my head, and I don't know, I'm feeling a lot of folks are feeling disappointed in themselves this year. I've been hearing that theme a lot when I chat with people. There's like major things happening too. I mean, like there's a gal I've been counseling for a while who's finally moving into her own place after years and years and years of not living on her own, living with family. There is another person or two that have found themselves in relationships. And, we've been working for several years on the concept of self-love and loving more and getting through some of these shadows, because, you can only really love someone as deeply as you can love yourself. You can't love someone really. I mean, boy, I don't want to get into this discussion because I know you guys are going to say, but Gussie, I'm not talking about children or other members of your family where you would say that you feel that you love them more than life itself. I know that we all have people in our lives like that, right? But when it comes right down to it, the love that you share with another human being can only reach the maturity and equivalency of how much you love yourself and how much that other person loves themselves. There's a limitation to it. Now, as you go through the process of shadow work and learn more about you and learn more about them, that doesn't mean that love cannot grow and deepen. It certainly can.
I can love you with all of my heart, but if I don't love myself with all of my heart, I am limiting how much I can love you.
That's exactly right. I used to say to people, you're kind of like living life on the half shell. When you are not, completely in love with who you are. And I don't mean you got to love like every single nuance and weird quirkiness about yourself. But I hope that you're finding somewhere along the line that you enjoy being with your own company nowadays. I hope that you are finding that you are far more capable, far more magical, far more healthy than you ever thought possible, be it financially or emotionally or physically healthy, you know. Yeah, I hear lots of comments in the background there about self-love, and I know some of you have been working on that a lot this year, and it shows. It shows in a positive way. It shows in a very positive way. And I know that some of us do feel some disappointment in ourselves. And I'm hearing that too. I'm hearing that too. And there's a great big shift coming up. That's all I can say, is that nothing stays the same. There's a big shift coming up. This 2024 shift is going to be a big one. The full moon that we have coming up is a big one. It's the last full moon of 2023, but it's also just clearing a lot of negative self-chatter that we've had about ourselves, limitations that have been kind of keeping us from moving forward. So keep all that in mind as you move forward through these next few chaotic but wonderful days. Bear in mind that you can always pause for peace at 9 p.m. Join the rest of us that do that. It's a way to connect with other Purple Door members, even though we don't have a formal live stream or anything. If you focus and connect, I can feel the other people when I do that. And also, don't forget, on the 28th, 2 days after that full moon we're talking about, we're going to have our Purple Door Witch Wave. And that is a wonderful meditation opportunity for anybody that wants to join us. It's at 9 p.m. on the Purple Door, so head over to the Purple Door and ask to become a member of that if you haven't yet. I didn't even bring my tarot cards over here with me today. I figured I was going to do something a little different. You know that book I was talking about that sits underneath this table that brings me joy when I see it? It's called Simple Abundance, a day book of comfort and joy. This book shifted my life years ago. And if you're taking our Root and Read class, our mentorship, we'll actually probably refer to this book more than once. But really what it is about is, and this is important as you go into this holiday season, enjoy things that are in front of you. Be mindful of each and every opportunity that you have over the next few days to bond with people, to be with people, to, maybe change the trajectory of a relationship the way it's been headed. This is a time that you can harness that magic that's out there, and it's strong. We're talking about chaos, but that love magic, I can feel it everywhere. People are still celebrating. People are still rejoicing. People are still loving one another in spite of the chaos that's out there, in spite of the fear that a lot of people have. So what I'm going to do is pick a phrase from this book and just let it guide me. I do this, I call it, bibliomancy. That's what it essentially is. Only I typically will use the Bible or other sacred text. But you know, this book is sacred to me. And Simple Abundance, the whole concept of it is, don't wait for the perfect day to use your fine china. If using your fine china puts a smile on your face, use the fine china every day. Don't wait until company's here or a special day, because it might not come. You might as well enjoy the china while it's there. Simple Abundance. All right, let's figure out. I know Brandon's throwing out tarot card options there, but I'm gonna do this. What we need to hear today. What we need to hear. What we need to hear today. The words that need to be shared. Huh. Wow. It opened to, I didn't realize this had dates in it. It opened to October 31st. And the title is Make Room for Mystery, Awaken to Magic. To work magic is to weave the unseen forces into form. To work magic is to weave the unseen forces into form, to soar beyond sight, to explore the uncharted dream realm of hidden reality. That's a quote from Starhawk, who you may be familiar with. She's a very famous witch. Isn't magic what you're performing when you create an authentic lifestyle for yourself and for those you love? Magic flows through us. Mystery infuses every encounter of every day. We conjure up the shoe that cannot be found anywhere in the house. We transform leftovers into a feast. We coax bounty from barren earth. We banish fear. We heal hurts. We make money stretch until the end of the month. We carry, we cradle, we nurture, and we sustain life. We do all this and much more, but most women are not aware of their tremendous power for good. We are asleep to our own divinity. We're not consciously awakened to the realization that we are descendants of an ancient, sacred lineage. Isn't magic what you're performing when you create an authentic lifestyle for yourself and those you love? Aren't you shaping unseen forces with your creativity and soul crafts, bringing into the physical world through passion what has only existed in the spiritual realm? If you can do this unconsciously, how much more could you accomplish if you were fully aware of your powers? Much power has been gifted to you. It is the power of love. Tonight, by candlelight or by the light of the full moon on the 26th, commit to use your power wisely for the highest good of all. You have no idea of the countless lives you touch in the course of your lifetime. Souls searching for wholeness that could be healed with the magic at your command. Go directly to the source, acknowledge your lineage and your authentic gifts with a grateful heart. And this is a quote from Frances Hodgson Burnett, which I believe that's the author that wrote The Secret Garden. I am sure there is magic in everything. Only we have not sense enough to get hold of it and make it do things for us. But now we do. All right, y'all. I think that's it. I think I'm gonna sign off for the night. I cannot make a promise that I will be doing 420 on Monday, which is Christmas Day here in the United States. But I may. So stay tuned. I will let Susan know if I do a 420 on Monday. I'd love to say that I'm going to do a 420 on Monday, but you just kind of got to go with the flow around here. And, yeah. And so it is. And so it is. I hope you have, wonderful, continuous Yuletide celebration. I hope that it is a blessing to all. I hope that you have a wonderful Merry Witchmas on Monday. And I hope that you
We wish you a Merry Witchmas.
stay magical.